A couple things, and I'm trying to make it very, very brief. I'm Chris Foster. I've been in the commercial lending business for 25 years. October of 2022 is when we started getting out there and talking to realtors and trying to mentor realtors. And that's really become our passion since October of 2022. I think at that point, the rates were high. Realtors were trying to grab. They didn't know what to do. And so we started getting out there talking to realtors about introducing commercial real estate to their everyday practice. And I think that's very, very important. Being able to, number one, being able to offer more services to your clients because the market is changing. There's 10,000 baby boomers that are retiring every day. 10,000. Out of those 10,000 baby boomers that are retiring every day, 800 to 1,000 own small businesses. So 8 to 10% own small businesses. This is gonna happen every single day from now until 2029. Fact check the numbers. All of those baby boomers, I know the ones that we're talking to on the small business side, they all own one home, they all own two homes, and they all own multiple homes. And what we are hearing from them, first and foremost, their kids don't want their businesses, and some of these businesses are very thriving. Their kids don't want their commercial real estate, and their kids want to sell the businesses and they want to sell the real estate. And it's just another way in outside of what you should be doing, the door knocking and the calling. A lot of realtors that we are talking to, first and foremost, work works. I met a young lady by the name, and I think she's from Remax, Nashville, Tennessee. Deborah Beagle is her name. I met her through John Chepelak in Lake Tahoe last year. Very, very successful Remax operator, I believe. And she says, she told me, Chris, the number one thing I'm asking realtors right now, the ones that are saying there's no work, I'm asking them, show me your calendar. So show me your calendar. What are you doing? Are you prospecting? I'm an active broker where I run my own book of business. So myself, the plan in place, I've got to make 60 calls a day. That's my goal. Do I reach that every day? No. But if you're not making calls on the residential side, obviously the business is not going to be there. And some of you top performers, you don't need to tell that to. But number one, I tell all realtors, get in your database. Number one, you better have a database. Number two, go after all of your past clients. If you have not talked to any of your past clients in the last 30 days, you better create a plan around that to start talking to your past clients. Very, very important. There's a lot of money to be made that's sitting right there in your book that they know you, they love you, and they trust you. And they said it right here. They said, look, be a resource. What I know Remax for is a higher, there's all these brands out there. But when I think of Remax, I think of high level experience brokerage. That's the way we see it from the outside. Use that to your advantage. They just said, use the experience to your advantage. I truly believe it will be in your best interest to start educating yourself, even if it's very, very minimal. Look, commercial's not complicated. Everywhere we hear, they say commercial's complicated. It's not. It's the same thing you're doing now. You need to have conversations because we're in the numbers business. And if you're not having conversations, a lot of the realtors that we are mentoring on the commercial side, what we've seen, our data shows that their residential business has done this. Their commercial business, they've added a little bit, so they've been able to put money in their pocket. But most importantly, by adding that skill set and having that conversation, we've seen their residential business take off. And why is that? We're just pushing conversations. How many conversations are you having a day? How many? And I guarantee you, if you go back and look at yourself in the mirror and you just start having those conversations and being that resource. They just said divorces are gonna be up. So what does that mean? Create a strategy about getting yourself in front of more family law attorneys. They're out there. I see them all the time at network events through different cities. No one wants to talk about it, but get out there and be a resource for them. Again, you are a resource. Don't be afraid to talk about commercial. Realtors always ask me, well, Chris, how do I learn about commercial? First and foremost, there's a 3-day course. I'm not associated with it all. Michael Simpson's his name. He offers a 3-day course, $250. Start learning the language. You're not going to learn it all, but realtors always ask me, Chris, how do I learn? What do I do? The first thing I tell them is go out and get a deal. Go out and get a deal. Find a partner, whether it's us, whether it could be anybody, but find a partner that can assist you and show you how to close the deal, because then you're going to need less of that partnership, but you're going to be able to do more deals. Regarding the commission, lastly, honestly, I think it's a moot point. I really believe it's a moot point. When When we write offers on commercial real estate, we do not know if there's any commission involved at all. We don't know. We write an LOI, and on the letter of intent, on the letter of intent, we say buyer's agent commission to be 3%. They may shoot us down, but we don't know that. So again, creating skill sets to what you do on a daily basis and giving yourself that value no matter what is gonna set yourself apart. So from a commission standpoint, look, don't worry about that. It's gonna figure itself out. I mean, everywhere, that's all I hear all day long. Commission, commission, commission. Don't worry about it. Again, I don't believe it's a problem, but again, lastly, have conversations, add value through skill sets. And how do you add the skill sets? Get out there and what we say, spar. On a daily basis, you're sparring. What does sparring mean? You're having conversations and you're gonna fail, and fail's part of it. But again, start with your past clients, go to your sphere of influence, and start letting them know what you do. Get on the phone immediately when you leave here. And I tell my own team, I expect my team minimum to have 30 calls a day. Minimum 30 calls, new calls a day. And unfortunately, to a certain extent, I micromanage my team. And so I cross-reference and cross-check to making their calls. Because those direct calls will correlate to their closings 60, 90 days later. So again, lastly, from a commercial standpoint, add those services. We can assist you with any deals that are out there. We want to be there for you, and use the RE/MAX name. Use it. There's a lot of people that are going away out of this business. A lot of the guys that are young, they're gone. I'm telling you right now, I go into offices now and I'm like, all the young ones are going away. Use that to your advantage. RE/MAX is a very, very strong quality brand. And don't forget that when you're out there, go make some money. Let's go.